Aloha Keto Ohana, it's Tioni from Hawaiian Keto Girl, where I recreate local Hawaii recipes and turn them into keto-friendly options. Today I have another keto-friendly recipe where I will be remaking a Alfredo-inspired shrimp scampi pizza that you can normally get at a local restaurant here on Oahu called Bravo's. So this is my keto version. I hope you enjoy the recipe. We're gonna start this pizza off with 3.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. We're gonna put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes until it's completely melted, and then we will continue on. So let's get that in there. Let's do 2 minutes. All right, now that the cheese has been melted, we are going to add 1 egg to the melted cheese, and we're going to mix it with a hand mixer. Let's get that combined. The cheese and the egg has been combined. I'm just going to put this on the side, and we're going to work on our dry ingredients for the pizza crust. So I'm going to get a separate bowl here, and we're going to do 1.5 cups of almond flour. All right, then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm going to make sure that's leveled. Okay. Then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. Here we go. I like adding a tablespoon of dried parsley. Right here. Tablespoon of dried parsley there. Let's do 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay. And then a dash of salt. So I want some extra garlic flavor, so I'm going to use garlic salt. Okay. I'm just gonna do a dash. A big dash. Okay, let's get that stirred. All right, so now we're just gonna mix everything together. You can do this in a food processor, but I'm just gonna do it here by hand in the bowl. Just because not everyone has a food processor, so I'm just gonna do it this way to show you that it can be done without a food processor. Now, doing it in a food processor, I guess it's a give and take, you know. I don't know if it's easier or if it's more complicated. Like I said, I hate cleaning my food processor, so especially with the cheese. Cleaning the cheese off of my food processor is just not fun. All right, so there we go. That's the crust there. All right, now we're gonna combine the cheese in with these dry ingredients here. So let's get that in there. I'm going to scrape the sides and get as much of the cheese as I can. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to mix. Now you can do this with a hand mixer, but I'm just going to do it with a spoon, because the hand mixer is just gonna be so messy. Everything's just gonna be flying everywhere. So I'm just gonna do it this way. Let's just get this all incorporated. Okay, I'm just gonna get in here with my hands. I actually prefer it this way than doing it in my food processor. This is way easier to clean up. There we go. Okay, let's set that aside. All right, guys, so we are going to start off with 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to add 1 stick of butter. We're going to allow this to just melt down. Let's let this melt down, and then we'll go to the next step once we start to smell the aroma of the garlic. Okay? Alright guys, so the butter is completely melted. I don't know if you can see that. And I am simply now waiting for the garlic to start breaking through, the scent of the garlic to, there we go. Start smelling the garlic. Now I am going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Alright, there's 1 cup. We're going to do 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And we're going to do 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. Alright, now let's stir. And we're going to just stir this until it thickens. It helps to bring it to a boil, so I might increase my heat here. Alright, now you see this is beginning to boil. Let's bring down the heat. And let's just let this simmer. As we allow it to simmer, it will get thicker. You want to make sure that you keep stirring because you don't want it to burn. Alright you guys, so it's been about 4 minutes, and I'm gonna keep it on here for 5 minutes, and you'll see that the sauce is really thick. This is the consistency that you want it to look like. I'll give you a better view here. Let me flip my camera. Alright, see that consistency? Alright, that is 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna turn off my stove and remove it from the heat, and we're just gonna let it rest while we finish up the pizza, get the pizza ready, the dough. Okay, so you see how thick this is? This is a good consistency right here. Perfect. This took 5 minutes, simmering for 5 minutes and consistently stirring. So we're just gonna set this aside, and we're going to get the dough ready. So make sure that you preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and let's get to the dough. Here we go. Hey guys, I simply took a handful of almond flour and I just put it on the pan. And so this will help me to knead, to spread out and knead out the dough. So we are gonna knead it. Alright, so I've kneaded the dough and I've picked up all the extra almond flour. Now I'm just going to add just a little bit more on the top so that I can start to press it out. Okay. Alright, just gonna take a pinch of almond flour and just put it there on the top. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, and we're just going to spread this out. Now, the way that I shape my pizza, I shape it like a rectangle. It's just easier for me and the pan size that I have. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. With me, but I also use this thermos or coffee mug thing to get these smaller sides because my rolling pin doesn't fit, so I just go with a, you know, use whatever I have. I'm gonna stop and we're gonna create the crust. So I'm just going to do this here. Just scrunch up the sides so that it can catch the sauce and the toppings. There we go. Right, so all that's left to do is to top the pizza. So we're going to go in with the Alfredo sauce. Let's actually stop there and see. That's about half of the Alfredo sauce. Just going to spread this and see if this works or if I can use a little bit more. Now we're going to go in with the mozzarella cheese. So this is half a cup. We're just going to get this all around. And honestly, because we didn't use as much Alfredo sauce as the full recipe calls for, we could actually add a little bit more mozzarella sauce and it wouldn't hurt the our macros, because a lot of the carbs in this recipe is in the sauce because of the heavy whipping cream. So we could add more cheese. So let's actually do a full cup of mozzarella cheese since we did half the serving of the Alfredo. Alright, so this is about 1 cup right here. Now I have 3 cups of shrimp, and I'm just going to place them around the pizza. And you can be generous with your shrimp because there's really no carbs in shrimp. So if you want to go all out, you can. I imagine this would be really great with bacon as well. I always talk about putting bacon on this and I just never, I always forget. Okay, and then last but not least, I do have some thinly sliced red onions. I'm just going to put this around like so. Just kind of get it all over there. I think the red onions give a really great flavor. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to spray the edges of the crust and the shrimp here so it can be nice and golden brown. Then I'm going to add some garlic salt, just a little. for flavor. And I'm gonna lightly add some parsley as well for some color. And this pizza is ready to go in the oven. There we go. Let's get a close-up shot here. Look at that, so beautiful. Woo. All right, let's get this in the oven. All right, so again, make sure your oven is set to 400 degrees. We're gonna put this in the oven for 12 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna start with 12 and then we'll check on it. All right, it's been 12 minutes. Let's check it out. Ooh, look how gorgeous it looks. Look at that. So good, wow. So pretty, it looks so good, looks so ono. All right guys, so let's give this pizza a cut. Let's cut this pizza. That's the other thing too, we do want to get this up. You want to release it from the pan so it doesn't stick. I should have done that before I cut it. Let's grab a slice. This one looks good right here. Oh. Look at that. Woohoo! See if I can get another view here. There we go. Look at how gorgeous that is. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe.
Hey guys, so just as a reminder, this sauce was made with heavy whipping cream, so it is higher in calories and carbs. However, if you use a sauce that is lower in calories, lower in carbs, then you can definitely make your slices of pizza much larger. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and as always, take care and aloha.